Bank.
Like a bag?
Yeah.
Membership?
Yeah.
Can tap?
Can I guess use some of my coupon?
You don't have any.
Will work. No more money in it.
No. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You are offering other people. What is that? It says shot.
Flu shot. You like to get it?
No.
Okay. Next, step down.
Send that to everybody else. I always say that to me. I always tell anybody I'm gonna get shot. You know, early in the morning I was using the bathroom around 5 a.m., 6 a.m. People were singing, this girl is on fire, this girl's on fire. And then the lock of the elevator, I take care from the Bowling Green train station. My back out the elevator. You know, and a white woman and a black male. They've been using white women with black male couple to attack me. A different one have started coming around me also. So I get to be honest, anywhere I'm at, they'll come around me. I was getting off the train, they came around me, I was blocking the door. So I went to take another door too. So I think this gang attacking me, they may be affiliated with my mother's daughter's gang. I see my mother's daughter also come here from Bolali, come here from Pennsylvania. And one that was giving her my location, she always comes anywhere I'm at. And I beg for money in all these areas. And she'll walk past me. She doesn't give me any money as I'm begging. You know, and it's like she's just coming around to want to control me. My mother says she's very dangerous. She's with a narcotic gang. And she'll frame my mother up as crazy in 2015. And to lock her up. And God, I killed in the hospital. Mama knows what happened. You know. So this is what is going on. You know. I'm actually listening to WABC radio right now, and I smile because they were playing the video, the recording of Comey. Said he's standing up to Trump, but he wouldn't live on his knees. You know what is happening to his phone, but you know. My phone is in my pocket right now. I hope you're still able to pick up my voice. Because I'm trying to fix my bag. So I mean, anyone can have heard me chuckle. It's really nothing funny about what is happening. But I'm listening to WBC radio right now. So, in case my voice wasn't clear, I'm listening to WBC radio right now. And, I had to chuckle when Comey said he doesn't want to live on his knees. He's been arrested by Trump. You know, the former head of the FBI. So I criticize the Trump administration a lot. And I'm being attacked by gangs that believe they can get the police to kill me and steal my money. So it's also been, this Trump administration has also been inciting homeless people to be arrested all over America. And Eric Adams is helping them, saying this police should be framing homeless people as crazy. My mother's daughters framed my mother as crazy and killed her. She said, my mother said our daughters are affiliated with a gang, especially Bolani and Florida. You know, they were living in Pennsylvania. And I see that Bolani here a lot, you know, and I'm wondering who's giving her my location. Even my mother was saying, it was weird before my mother was killed also. My mother was in the hospital in New York City, Bellevue. And that Bolande showed up with her sister. My mother was wondering who gave that Bolande a location. So some of their gangs are affiliated with the police, and the police here use the corrections officers use gang members to torture prisoners in prison. And I've also been under FBI surveillance since my mother brought me in 2000. I was arrested by immigration. Even though my mother had a green card and I was a child, they said children are not coming to America. So so the FBI is leaking information about people. I did get my green card in 2008, but they said once the FBI starts putting you on surveillance as an immigrant, they leave you on that surveillance forever. So this was going on. So I'm always getting drunk. Like 2 days ago, October 6th, I was getting attacked everywhere. So I was trying to upload the video to my YouTube. YouTube blocked me. YouTube arbitrarily blocks me like that for no reason. So I tried to upload my video to Instagram. The Instagram crashed my storage. The Instagram does that to me also. Anytime I try to upload video, they crash my storage. So I couldn't record anything on my phone. My storage was crashed. So as soon as I started here, I stood here on October 6th, 2025, around 8 a.m. to like 11 a.m. I stood here, Stone Street and Broadway. All of a sudden, I was standing here in front of Chipotle, right here. All of a sudden, I couldn't record nothing with my phone, and this young girl, Spanish, came at me and was dancing seductively and trying to grab me. This camera was recording it. I'm like, is the FBI giving my phone, my whereabouts to gangs? And these gangs are recruiting little kids to try to sexually molest me and stuff. So the Child Protective Service have to do something about this. This was just on October 6th, 2025. They are recruiting little kids to sexually try to molest me. I'm a Nigerian, and the gangs here are setting up on foreigners. Under this, Trump deporting foreigners, and I believe these gangs are affiliated with my mother's daughter gang. My mother's daughter, Bolande, Florida. My mother said they're part of affiliated with the gang, and I believe in killing people for money. They killed my mother in 2015 from that's crazy. And I believe this gang wants to get me killed, wants to get me angry so the police can arrest me. And so the Child Protective Service has to help me. This was October 6, 2025. I was standing here begging for money, and a young female Hispanic girl was trying to grab me, like sexually. This camera picked it up. So this MT also joined in, that they want homeless locked up. But this Eric Adams, this Trump administration said they're not going to give money to the MT if they don't lock up homeless. So I criticized the Trump administration a lot, and I'm being sexually attacked. Some little girls are trying to grab me sexually. I'm a Nigerian. It's like a deportation, rules and stuff. Then yesterday, October 7th, 2025, I was by Church Street and Leonard, and this white guy also came around me yesterday, October 7th, 2025, around 11 p.m. This white guy also came around me in the rain. I had my umbrella on top of my head and tried to grab me like sexually also. So they're using sexual attacks against foreigners under this Trump administration. A little girl tried to grab me sexually here. And October 7, 2025, yesterday around 11 p.m., a white guy tried to grab me sexually also. While I was using the phone booth, I have privacy rights in the phone booth. Nobody should try to scare you when you use the phone booth. I was also afraid him and his gang would try to steal my phone. Before that, some black Americans came around me and they were laughing, mocking me, and was using the same phone booth with me. So anytime I'm getting trolled and followed like that, so there's like a gang, like a black American gang that believes it's the best time to kill me as a foreigner. And because I've been trying to sue U.S. immigration for arresting me wrongfully when my mother brought me in 2000. And I'm trying to sue the Bellevue Hospital in New York for joining with my mother's daughter to frame my mother's crazy and kill her for teaching. I'm trying to sue the police department for taking me and my mother's home on Staten Island, evicting us from my basement apartment without a court order. And the Regana was trying to help me and my mother, and they took a Regana at the police department. So I have all this lawsuit, and I said if somebody can kill you, they can then have your family member take over the lawsuit. So that's why I believe they want to get me angry so that I could be fighting with other people trying to sexually molest me, the little kid or the male adult. And they can call the police on me and frame me up, and I was just crazy attacking people for no reason. And now the police killed me accidentally, and even claim it was justified killing. So they're inciting violence against foreigners, and this is not okay. A little girl tried to grab me sexually here. I'm a Nigerian, and a white guy also tried to grab me sexually. So there's a pattern going on, you know, whereby there's, and precisely this Trump also, and I'm getting set up by gangs. There should be having little girls trying to grab foreigners sexually. So the Child Protective Service, I've been reaching out to you. You ignore me. I believe you're under the auspices, or you're under the control of this Arigadam, and this Arigadam is broke. He's looking for money also, because he has legal bills since Biden put him in criminal proceedings, federal charges for collecting bribery from Turkey. I say he's looking for money also, and Trump freedom. Some people say it's a quid pro quo, that it's an illegal arrangement him and Trump has. So, and I believe these gang members may give money to Trump and Arigadam if they succeed in killing me. So this Arigadam and Trump are institute policy whereby this Trump is deporting immigrants, slamming them on the floor, and they're inciting violence against me, and a little girl tried to grab me yesterday, touched me sexually here on October 6th, 2025, around 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And a white guy yesterday, October 7th, 2025, on Leonard and Church tried to grab me sexually. And this Trump said, any immigrant that talks bad about America is going to get deported. So they're creating an atmosphere that either ICE can slam me on the floor and deport me. So I'm talking bad about America. I have a green card. I say it doesn't even matter now. Whether I have a green card or not, they can just deport you, so you're threatening security. And as you see, I said Trump is deporting people to the wrong countries. I'm a transsexual. I'm not going to be safe in the country. And then make it look like it's an accidental killing. You were deported to the wrong country. So they should have a country where little Spanish girls were trying to grab a Nigerian here. I was standing on October 6th and a little Spanish girl tried to grab me sexually. So somebody's hiring these little children, and it's not turning into a gangland where some black American gang has also turned them in the past, and they're going to start killing Africans. That we Africans don't deserve nothing. And that's American has just been killed. So I guess retribution and stuff, and so I was trying to get justice for Erdogan and myself, because the police took my home and started and killed Erdogan when I was trying to help me. So they said, we're going to block whatever, we're going to start killing Africans. And another African that's homeless like me, I was talking to him. He's from Senegal, on 34th Street. Around that time after Erdogan was killed, he told me after I started talking with him, they came and stole his green card and passport. He said he was been homeless for a while, but nobody knows he's African. And they started talking with me, and and that's when they robbed them. So the FBI is also doing surveillance on me and giving information and to the police and to street gangs to attack me. My mother was also getting followed and getting attacked anywhere she went. There was a time they poisoned my mother with like anthrax type substance while we were staying at the Brooklyn Hotel, in 2011, 800 East 12th Street, Brooklyn, New York. That was the shelter they put us in. They're supposed to put us in a more better shelter, but the quality of Brooklyn Hotel is not a hotel, it's just a rooming house, and the lie. So they've been extorting me and my dead mother. There's a court order since 1990s that anytime the police vacate somebody from a basement apartment, the Lucas filed a lawsuit and got a court order since 1990s that anytime the police vacate somebody from a basement apartment, they have to put you in a proper hotel, and the city of New York has to prioritize your housing, give you housing immediately, and give you special status so that if you're victimized, because they've been noticing people that were being thrown out on the street and vacated by the police wrongfully without a court order. While they were on the street, they were getting robbed and attacked because they're not used to the street life. So me and my mother are not used to the street life, and after we were vacated and thrown on the street, I've been getting robbed. All me and my mother's property has been stolen. My mother's doors also stole property after they killed her, stole my immigration documents, so now I don't have, and the police arrested me in 2019, framed me as crazy, stole my green card also. So now I don't have any of my immigration documents. It's very hard for me. I used to work as a homemaker, make almost $30,000 a year. It's very hard for me to make any money. So this is what's going on. So please, I'm looking for non-conditional financial assistance or donation, whether in person or to my Cash App. My Cash App is $NYC homeless. I would prefer you donate to my Cash App because there's a sex extortion gang trying to lure me into some kind of fake relationship. They say a lot of homeless, they say a lot of gay people have been getting killed in New York, where black American gangs will lure you to false romantic relationship and will kill you and steal all your money. So I believe that's why they're using these little girls to try to grab me sexually. To see if they can use those little girls to lure me and kill me or whatever. I'm not into girls really. I'm not into girls at all. I'm a male, you know. So I said I'm a male. I'm a transsexual. I'm only into other. I'm only into males. But I guess it's just part of their romance scam to try to see if they can use little girls to lure me. They try to use grown males also to lure me into some kind of sexual, and that's the sexual performance of a child. This guy needs to be arrested. They said there was a boy that was luring his fellow boys. He would pretend it's a girl. It's a 15-year-old boy in upstate New York, and he would send videos. It would send messages to his classmates, to his schoolmates, that he would pretend to be a girl. He would contact them online and said he should send him their nude picture, and his classmate would send him their nude picture, and he would tell this classmate to give him money, otherwise he's going to expose their nude pictures to everybody. And so they filed a police report against him, and they arrested him for fraud, and also sexual performance of a child. You can't include a little child in sexual type activities. So this gang recruited a Spanish girl to grab me sexually. They need to arrest them. It's a Black American gang. They say they want to kill Africans for money, and this Trump is enabling them. So this was October 6, 2025. A Spanish girl was trying to grab me sexually right here. October 6, 2025, around 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. A young Spanish girl was trying to grab me sexually. They had to arrest this Black American gang recruiting young underage girls to be engaging in sexual type activities. Sexual performance of a child is against the law. There's a Black American gang recruiting young girls to try to sexually attack people right here. So please, the MTA camera will pick it up, and I believe the MTA is aware, and they're encouraging homeless to be killed and framed up by this Black American gang. So a little young girl tried to grab me sexually. They need to arrest her and arrest the Black American gang recruiting young girls to grab people sexually in this neighborhood. And the police is not helping me. They said they're focused on putting homeless in the sidewalk, framing them up like Eric Adams told them to. They said this Trump said that's the only way New York is going to get money for the MTA. They can start So this is like a war crime zone where they hire little girls to grab people sexually. It happened to me right here, October 6, 2025, in front of this Chipotle, and in front of this Chipotle. It's so sad I don't have an address, but Stone Street and White Oak Street. So a lot of these stores don't be having physical address label, so it's very hard to call the police and tell them where you are. And I think that's against the law. Every business establishment should be able to identify itself and its location, so they all don't comply. I believe there's a rule here in New York saying, keep accurate business records. I think it's a crime to not keep accurate business records. So in such a case where they don't have their address publicized, but it's right near the MTA headquarters, I would suspect, it's 2 Broadway. So this MTA headquarters is looking at 2 Broadway. So I would suspect that Chipotle is the same address. It's like a little girl trying to grab me sexually here, October 2025. They need to arrest her, arrest her parents, and arrest the Black American gang. This was October 6, 2025, around 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So this is what is going on. So please donate to my Cash App, NYC Homeless. My life is in danger. A sex extortion gang is targeting me to kill me and inherit my money. Either I use my mother's daughters to take over my estate if I'm killed, or even claim a ship relationship with me. So please, in case I'm killed, no family member or I said, in case I'm killed, my estate should only be administered by civil rights activists like me, and no family member or friend should be allowed to administer my estate. Just civil rights activists like me should administer my estate, provided such civil rights activists have not denied me up for the past, and such activists administer my estate should get justice for me and my late mother, and donate the rest of my money to charitable donation to those suffering xenophobia like me, my dead mother, and those being deported by Trump should prioritize, for my charitable donation. In case I'm rendered disabled, I shouldn't be removed to another country. My life is not safe in any other country, because these criminal gangs, may recruit anybody all over the world to harm me And I don't like people barging into my stuff. That's why I was recording it. You know, as this criminal gang may recruit any criminals all over the world to harm me and sex extort me. So I'm not safe. And just like the police in America is not helping me, America has so much influence to tell the police anywhere in the world not to help me. My mother has family everywhere in the world, also in different countries. But my mother told me not to contact her family because she tried to contact her family in England and Canada, and nobody helped her while we were homeless. Yeah, my father has family all over the world, but my father is also deceased, and my father was abusive to me, so I don't trust his family members. So a little girl was trying to grab me sexually, October 6th, 2025. The MTA camera will pick it up to Broadway, so they need to arrest her, arrest the gang recruiting her, and this MTA also for encouraging people to be attacking homeless and trying to kill homeless. So they're trying to get rid of homeless people because Trump said it's not going to give them any more money. You don't get rid of homeless. So the MTA camera was able to pick it up. So MTA police have to do something. They are recruiting little kids to sexually molest adults in front of your building. And you started this by picking on homeless. Every night I see the MTA police come and put homeless people in handcuffs for sleeping. They say sleeping is a crime now. You know, and you're going to drive these homeless people psychotic. Because if you don't let people sleep, they said a Spanish football player, ex-football player, Mark Sanchez, was stabbing somebody, and people don't know why he did that. So when you stress people out and you don't let them sleep, you're going to make all these homeless psychotic, and nobody's going to be safe. So people are already trying to rape people in front of this facility. MT should be ashamed of yourself. Lock that little girl up, lock her parents up, and lock up the Black American gang. You know, FIFA is not safe for foreigners right now. They know they're hiring people, little kids, to molest foreigners in front of the MTA facility, and which is, there's a federal law that says a transportation facility has to keep people safe, has a special duty. You know, so a little girl was trying to grab me sexually in front of a facility. You have the camera, please, MTA police. You have to lock her up. And I was using the bathroom this morning at Stanley Ferry, and one woman was singing, "This girl is on fire." She's singing a little Kiss song. She said, "This girl is on fire. This girl's on fire." I tried to record the voice while I was using the bathroom. So to say if they arrest you or they kill you, the police will just go and burn on your property. Say your property may have bed bugs and stuff. You know, so they're threatening me, and I say they're recruiting a mixed race couple, white women that are dating black men, to be harassing me. There was one pregnant white woman that used to follow me around and come into the bathroom with me, insult me. And she and her boyfriend, who's black American, she's a white woman, she used to follow me around. I think she went to give birth. I don't say anymore. Now there's a new one. As soon as I was trying to come out of the train station, today's October 8th, 2025, around 12 p.m., she was blocking my way with her boyfriend. So I went to exit through another door, and they lock up the elevator I normally take. As I was trying to take the escalator, I almost fell down the escalator. You know, they say people slip and fall in America a lot. Joe Biden slipped and fell in his bathroom this year and died. So the criminal gangs, including the MTA, that try to reenact any accident that kills people on me. So I believe your MTA is recruiting gangs, black American gangs, and white gangs and Spanish gangs to target homeless to kill us. But during the COVID 2020, they will bring black American gangs into the train to be punching and beating us homeless. They almost beat a guy to death. The guy was trying to help me as the black American gangs were running in the train. Because the MTA said the homeless were spreading COVID and you wanted them out of the train. And Cuomo then closed the train stations at night to people from 12 to 5 a.m. so there will be no homeless there sleeping. You know, and then they lock up all the bathroom. A guy took me home and raped me. Said he was connected with the NYPD and told me if I leave, the NYPD would kill me. And kept me in his house, was raping me, beating me up. In 2020, I had to call the police on him after I had blood on my face from him beating me. And the police told me to leave and never come back, and they wouldn't arrest him. At that time, Cuomo signed a law in 2020 that shelter in place, that wherever you are, nobody can evict you. That's against lots of eviction. I told the police that the Cuomo signed the law. They told me they don't care. They told me to leave and never come back. I said, this guy was abusing me. I said, no. And they did a police report for just for minor stuff. They didn't really state the extent of the abuse. You know, they wouldn't put me in a domestic violence shelter. So your law enforcement are abusing me. A girl tried to sexually grab me on October 6, 2025. Your camera picked up MTA, and your MTA was not helping me as a Nigerian. You're violating federal law, civil rights law, that says you can't deny civil rights for somebody due to their nationality. So you MTA, you have no right to do that. That's a fraud. You get federal income, you get federal contribution from the Fed, and I'm sure they make you sign an agreement that you should be an equal opportunity employer and not pick on somebody and deny them just because they're Nigerian. I've been reaching out to MTA. I reached out to the South Ferry one train station. The MTA manager, I believe his name is Vladimir. It's a black male, but his name is Vladimir. Sounds Russian, like a Russian name. And I told them the police always tries to kill me in the bathroom. There's this gang that follows me to the bathroom. Some of them are white, and they try to set me and try to incite violence against me. And the police will come on my mother's death anniversary. The police came into the bathroom after a white woman called the police on me, and they were doing their hand like an oversized vagina. And the white woman was saying, she hates all these people that always pee all over the place. As soon as I was in the bathroom, so I hate all these bitches that like to pee all over the place. I said, please stop using such vulgar language around me. I should call the police on me. So I was the one troubling her. And the police told me to leave the train station. I was doing their hand like oversized vagina. Do their two fingers like that. Join it together. I was looking at me and doing that. And we're making fun of my dead mother. She used to come and sit there when she was homeless, and she used to pee. She was old and she was having a urinary incontinence, and they were mocking me on like May 20, 2025, making fun of my dead mother. That's when abuse of the course. I knew those police officers were arrested. And that day also, I was trying to use the bathroom, and an Indian guy, me and my mother used to live in a house owned by an Indian, and it was a basement apartment, and the police came and vacated us. And the other Indian guy also abused me and my mother before the police came and vacated us from that basement apartment. So that day, as soon as I arrived at the bathroom, an Indian guy, MTA worker, was doing like this to me. Say, yo, don't go to the bathroom like your mother. Say, excuse me, I'm a female. Say, you don't look like a real female. I was like, look, I'm a transsexual. I'm not right to be arrested. As soon as I went to the bathroom, a white woman came in there. Say, I hate all these bitches that pee all over themselves. I don't want them around me. I said, excuse me, stop using vulgar language. And she was like, she can say whatever she wants. She called the police on me. And the police came and was doing their hand like an oversized vagina. Since this Arikadam ordered the police to be framing up all this as crazy, your police and your MTA staff and street gangs have been trying all kinds of methods, including sending a girl here on October 6, 2025 to try to grab me sexually around 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So please, MTA, you have to arrest that girl. She was a young girl. She was trying to grab me sexually in front of your facility. Don't be a sex pervert condoning facility. Your camera picked it up. Whatever school she goes to, I believe she was going to school. She had a book bag, and she stopped to try to grab me sexually. And she was dancing seductively and trying to grab me sexually. So camera picked it up. Don't be a child molestation protection like Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. They said they were using their property for child molestation. So I arrested that little girl that was trying to touch me sexually on October 6, 2025, around 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. A black American gang is recruiting young girls to target foreigners and set us up and rob us. And FIFA is not safe. They're using the government buildings to molest adults, to molest foreigners. So please donate to my cash app so I can try to escape this madness. I can rent a hotel room. I've been homeless on the street. They wouldn't help me. They've stolen my green card, stolen my ID. So anywhere you're watching my video from in the world, please donate to my cash app, $and NYC homeless. This is Tom crazy. I don't know why they turned America this crazy, but it's always happen like this. They always lynch for Africans here. 10 million Africans killed during slavery. So it's really not a big deal to kill an African like me. So please, this is crazy. I need to rent a place, and they say you can just, and they're surrounding me with gangs. So you're going to get killed soon, nigga. You're going to get killed soon, nigga. And they send you guys to try to molest me on camera. So this Eric Adam, they need to arrest him for being part of a sex extortion gang that wants to recruit gang members, black American gang members, to set me up and ICE to possibly deport me to the wrong country and kill me accidentally. They say if they deport you to the wrong country, you can get killed abroad. A lot of Nigerians say they deport them to Ghana. So they're creating these rules, to make it look like, they're just ICE and NYPD are just negligent to everybody. And it's like, it's really me, I'm part of the people that are trying to kill. for sex extortion purposes. My mother told me to be very afraid of her daughters, Valley and Flora, so they are gang affiliated. That Bolani is into narcotic drugs and moving with gang members, and our sister Flora is also in in collusion. And they both framed my mother up because they killed her while my mother was killed in Philadelphia Hospital. Manhattan, she said, Pennsylvania said that daughter Bolali was feeding her with like cancer, freeze poison, or stuck marijuana that was making my mother in 2015, have bloody diarrhea, and her heart was feeling congested. So my mother got on the Greyhound bus, sat on the bus driver to pull over because she started having severe heart attack symptoms. But my mother said she was chewing aspirin, and the bus wanted to call the ambulance and to send her back to Pittsburgh Hospital or New Jersey Hospital, but my mother wanted to be so far away from those doors. My mother told the Greyhound bus to keep driving to New York, because my mother thought that the narcotic gang may not have influence in New York. And as soon as my mother got to New York and she was in the hospital, without telling her daughter where she was at, what hospital she was at, the daughter showed up days later. So my mother was like, who's giving her daughters this information? So I think that since the FBI put me on surveillance, when my mother brought me in 2000, so anybody I have contact with, the FBI can find out where that person is, and most likely they put my mother on surveillance also. She brought me here with a green card, and they arrested my JFK children over come here. And since the case lasted 8 years, I finally got my immigration document in 2008, but still, I'm being harassed by FBI agents and stuff. So please, I'm not looking for any sexual relationship with anyone. If you donate to my Cash App, I prefer you donate to my Cash App, $NYC Homeless. Or if you donate to me in person, please note your donation is non-conditional humanitarian assistance to me. If it's anything like that, please don't give it to me in person or to my Cash App. If you're going to give me money in person or to my Cash App, please make sure it's only as non-conditional financial donation to help me for my humanitarian needs. I'm not looking for I'm not trying to be anybody's surrogate. I'm not trying to marry anybody. I'm not trying to be killed and someone to inherit my property. I'm not part of any religious cult. I've been watching Instagram and some pastor was saying, any Christian, I'm a Christian, so any Christian, all their money belongs to the church. They don't own any money. So God told him that. No, I'm not part of that kind of extremist radical Christianity. So in case I've killed any church organization claim they want access to my money, no. I'm not part of any religious cult. My money is my money. The only God, whatever God gives somebody is for that person only, and you can decide what to do with it, not for a church, so I'm not part of any church cult or any cult for that matter. So in case I'm killed, anybody shows up, that no, only civil activists like me can register my state when I'm killed and get justice for me and my late mother, and donate the rest to a charitable donation to those suffering xenophobia like me and my late mother, and those being deported by Township Parenthood. And in case I'm not disabled, I would like to remain here in America. No family member should have access to me or so-called friend. Only civil activists should be in charge of my care and stuff, and make sure I'm not being molested. Nobody's trying to, take my sperm. I was born a man, I'm not a woman. They said they can steal your sperm, put you in a hospital bed in coma. They said there was a lady in Florida, she was in coma, and her own mother, she was a white lady, her own mother said she delivered a baby while in coma, and she noticed the baby was mixed race, half black, half white. So the white woman was like, Adra doesn't really mix with black men or whatever. And so the Florida nursing home said she must have mixed with a black male. And like 10 years ago when she came into the hospital, and the baby came out 10 years late. So, but the comatose woman got the comatose woman's mother got the police in Florida involved, and did a DNA test. And they found out the baby belonged to the black American nurse, male nurse, taking care of the woman. And the nursing home saw the woman's belly was swelling up, and the nursing home, with their camera and everything, didn't call the police. So this MT, I believe, they want to be conduit to all kinds of harassment and terrorizing homeless foreigners like me out of the subway. Especially they have it informed as homeless foreigner. Some MTA workers also warned me some years ago. Said the NYPD told us to set you up and get you killed. So you better be careful to get out of the train station. And I thought those black Americans were just lying. Until the MTA workers threatened me on July 23, 2019, said I was done that day. And the police came and arrested me, showed me I was crazy, started choking me on the floor. On 4th Avenue, and Berry Avenue near the our train station. And once I locked up in the cycle, stole my green card. I have a video of it in my YouTube. People were recording and people were asking the police to stop choking me. That's how I survived. So they always surround you with the police, and I always see them take people away in stretchers, bring out outside you're homeless, instead of arresting you for any reason, showing you up crazy. So this was going on. So I just want to leave. Anytime I see that police like that, I feel frightened. I have to quickly escape. So this is how they're treating us. Like they're treating Africans like niggers. We're using the police on the gardens. You know, so it's instructing police to be arresting poor, homeless, and if you're an African like me, you know, you don't really have any power. So anytime I see that police, I have to run away. You know, so please, FIFA, please don't bring the walk up here. They're treating Africans like niggers. Anytime I see that police, I have to run away. You know, you know, so they're treating Africans like niggers. Please don't bring the walk up here. Anytime I see the police, I have to run over as an African. My mother's been killed. You know, and this Eric Adams is a black American. Said it's black American time, and some black American gang, they're going to get me killed. You know, so please, they sent a little Spanish guy to try to grab me sexually some days ago, October 6, 2025. And they recruit some black Americans also that work for the Statue of Liberty as tour guides. And they always try to bump on me and say, nigga, we knock you out, nigga. Get out of here, nigga. My mother used to sit here in the park. You know, she was having urinary incontinence, and she was staying in a shelter before they were using some gang members to scare her away and just out of the shelter to stand her. She used to come and sit here in the daytime. And first be making phone calls, trying to get assistance. Nobody would help her. She's now dead. Her own daughter's joining to frame her up as crazy. So this was going on. So MTA, stop using your facility to be an Epstein, to coordinate molestation, child molestation of adults. I mean, using children to molest adults, and helping the black American gangs. You know, so MTA, your camera picked it up. It's a young Spanish girl was trying to molest me. Openly, she was dancing seductively and tried to grab me on October 6, 2025. That girl is dangerous to her schoolmates. She could try to molest her schoolmates like that, go after them for money or whatever. They said the people are recruiting kids now to molest adults or their fellow kids for money purposes. So that girl is dangerous. She should be in the school. Then to arrest her parents, arrest the black American gang or whatever gang is recruiting her. You know, so MTA, you have to cooperate and release the video to the press, and you know, and arrest this black American gang. They've been threatening that they're going to kill Africans and take every money. And Eric Adams and this Trump administration is helping gang members. So they recruit some of them to work for Statue of Liberty tour guys. Anytime they see me, they try to bump into me, molest me sexually also. You know, so this was going on. So they're recruiting little kids to try to sexually molest me. A little girl was trying to touch me sexually. I'm a Nigerian, a Spanish girl, October 6, 2025, around 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. in front of the MTA video camera on 2 Broadway. So MTA had to release the video camera. This girl may be molesting other children in school. She's a dangerous pervert. And please don't endanger those kids' life. I'm going to try to find out what school she goes to. You know, I don't really know how to do that, but I heard ChatGPT can give you any information. I'm going to try to find out what elementary school or high schools around this neighborhood. You know, so UMTA, you can't cover this up. Don't be a molestation center of New York. UMTA trying to get money from Trump. They said this Trump has been accused of molesting a woman at Bloomingdale's. That woman said she couldn't believe it. She was shopping and this Trump came dead in the 1980s. And all of a sudden shocked attacked her and molested her while she was shopping in Bloomingdale's in the 1980s. You know, and it's been saying was like this last year that if you become president, it's going to drill. And a Spanish girl tried to touch me sexually. Yes, on October 6, 2025. So MTA, it will happen on your camera. Don't be an Epstein. They are recruiting little girls to try to grab adults. So that girl may be dangerous to her classmate. You have to release a video. If she's molesting a fellow classmate, you know, UMTA, don't condone this. You have a bias towards Africans like me, but now your bias may be harming little kids in school. You have to expose this girl. You know, and all, you know, every time I almost trip and fell over there, including my luggage. So they're damaging the floor, you know, and they're having the street vendors blocked away so that it will be easy for me to fall into other people. They're trying to encourage is sex molestation and unwanted physical contact. So sometimes they have all the street vendors blocked away, like there. And if you have a wheelchair, you're carrying stuff like this, and they have some of the black Americans, ticket vendors try to grab me sexually or rub their body on me. And if I get sent to say, we'll knock you out, nigga, you keep complaining. Don't complain. Take it. So that, so I've been filing reports with Alvin Bragg's office. There's police camera over here. I've been sending, and all they do is bring more police, but they don't stop it. So it's like they're just trying to do a cover up, like, yeah, we were trying to stop it, but we just can't, it's too bad. No, it's not that bad that, it's bad enough, but I believe they can stop it if they want to. There's police cameras all around here. So this is the park where they try to molest people, hire all these street vendors, some of them, not every one of them, but some of them. So there was one day I was trying to escape, it was raining, and they had the street vendors blocking, they were trying to sexually molest me, grab me sexually in the rain. I had to run away. And I contacted Alvin Bragg's office, and they wouldn't contact me back. So I believe they're just trying to incite violence against me through the sexual molestation attempt to get me angry. Like this Eric Adams said, the police will be arresting homeless and swimming them up as crazy, and I believe they can molest me, kill me as crazy, and then go for the money, any asset I'm worth. I've been trying to see US immigration for arresting me wrongfully in 2000 when I had a visa. I came here with my mother and they lied I didn't have a visa. And I'm trying to sue the NYPD for kicking my mother out of our home on Staten Island wrongfully without a court order in 2010, and killing my friend Uganda when I was trying to help my mother in 2014 with the court papers, and Bellevue Hospital killing my mother by framing her up as crazy when her daughters, was framing up as crazy, framing my mother up as crazy also. So it's just been so much I'm going through as an African. This is the bad part. So please, if you're watching my video, please donate money to my cash app. Thank you. My cash app is NYC Homeless, $NYC Homeless. Please, all your donations should be non-conditional humanitarian assistance. I'm not looking for romance. I'm not looking for surrogacy. I'm not looking with anybody. I'm not looking for marriage. Thank you.